Welcome to today's Explainer. We're absolutely thrilled to guide you through this fascinating topic. Look, we're going to strip away all that messy financial jargon and get right down to the truth about money. Our mission today is simple, proving to you that building wealth is about straightforward discipline, not about getting lucky or being born rich. But before we look at the solutions, we have to look at the problem. Why do so many people actually fail to build wealth? It's a tension-building question for sure, but let's be honest, the financial system often feels like it's completely rigged against everyday people. It feels overwhelming. Okay, let's dive into this. Check out this terrifying statistic straight from our source data. 70%, right? 70% of Americans are currently living paycheck to paycheck. Just let that sink in for a second. The vast majority of people are literally one missed paycheck away from a total financial crisis. And to compound that problem, the personal savings rate has plummeted to a mere 4%. 4. Why is that? Well, because our constant consumption is highly profitable for big corporations. Selling you stuff makes them rich, but it is absolutely disastrous for your personal financial independence. Section 1. Wealth Building Basics for Beginners. Now, I know it's incredibly easy to look at numbers like that and just feel totally defeated, but we really need to shift our mindset away from that victimhood right now. Validating that life is hard is important. Yes, inflation is very real and costs are definitely up, but the data shows us that anyone can achieve financial success if they stick to the fundamentals. According to our experts, there are 3 vital ingredients to building wealth: margin, discipline, and time. Think of financial health just like physical fitness. Objectively, everyone knows how to get in shape, right? Eat good food and move your body. Well, building wealth is exactly the same. You have to create margin by living on less than you make. But knowing what to do and actually putting in the effort to execute it, well, those are 2 very different things. And this brilliantly illustrates the core issue. Discipline is the one that matters the most. I mean, you see this all the time. People making massive salaries, like professional athletes who sign multi-million-dollar contracts, they often end up completely broke. Why? Because without basic financial discipline, it doesn't matter how many dollars come in. They're all going to go right back out. Section 2. Financial discipline and starting early. So when you combine that discipline with starting as early as possible, you unlock the ultimate financial superpower: time and compound interest. If you can just start saving and investing in your 20s or 30s, you are giving your money the runway it needs to grow exponentially. You let the money do the heavy lifting for you, rather than trading your physical hours for dollars for the rest of your life. To put this into perspective, let me share a truly inspiring anecdote from the sources. There was this young guy working at a fast food restaurant who came from absolutely no money, zero. But he heard a high school teacher say that saving just $100 a month could eventually make him a millionaire. And you know what? He took that to heart. He realized that even working fast food, he could scrape together $100. That single, powerful realization set him on the path to actually becoming a millionaire. Section 3. The power of investing in index funds. Okay, so once you actually scrape together that $100, where exactly does it go? Enter the index fund. We're going to reveal the exact kind of boring yet effective mechanism to invest that saved money securely so it actually grows. Let's strip away all the intimidating Wall Street jargon for a second. An index fund is simply a low-cost investment that buys a tiny piece of the entire stock market. You aren't out there guessing which specific company is going to win. You're just buying a slice of the general economy. It is incredibly beginner-friendly. I absolutely love this analogy from our experts. Speculative stock picking is like sports fishing, while buying broad index funds is like fishing with nets. When you try to pick individual stocks, you're sports fishing for fun and for the exciting stories you can tell your buddies. But if you actually want to feed your family and secure your future, yeah, you fish with nets. And here's a surprising fact that should completely free you from feeling like you need a fancy finance degree to do this. Active fund managers rarely beat the S&P 500 consistently over the long term. No way, right? But it's true. Even multimillionaires rely heavily on plain, boring index funds. Complex options trading and constant active management simply aren't necessary to win the game. Section 4. Beware the trap of tech temptations. Now, what's really interesting here is the question this raises. Do modern financial apps really help you? Or are these highly gamified trading platforms just stealing your attention and your cash? The sources point out the extreme danger of gamification. We're talking about apps like Robinhood that are literally designed with flashy features to distract new investors. They pull you away from the disciplined, slow and steady saving path and lure you right into speculative gambling, options trading, and sports betting. They want you trading constantly because, honestly, that's how they make their money. So, the absolute best advice here: do not get distracted. Seriously, stick to the boring, reliable path. You need the patience to ignore these shiny objects. Let the compounding growth of your index funds take deep root without your constant interference or emotional trading. Section 5. Simple steps to start to A. All right, so we've covered the mindset and the mechanism, but how do you actually start right now? First, realize the barrier to entry is practically zero. If you've never invested, don't worry about maxing out massive retirement accounts just yet. Start an automatic transfer of just $20 a month. Doing this allows you to experientially learn exactly how money works. When you see that $20 slowly grow into $20.50, I promise you a light bulb goes off. So the crucial point is this pragmatic, 3-step beginner roadmap directly from our sources. Step 1. Open an account at a low-cost brokerage like Fidelity, Schwab, or Vanguard. Step 2. Buy a total market index fund or an S&P 500 index fund. And step 3. Set up an automatic monthly transfer. Basically, set it and forget it. Look, the economic system can definitely be tough to navigate, but as our sources passionately emphasize, take an active role to be the hero of your own story. No matter what your starting point is today, you absolutely have the ability and the power to change your financial trajectory. I want to leave you with one final, provocative question to think about right now. What small expense can you cut today to fund your future millionaire self? Take that step, embrace the discipline, and let time do the rest.